Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Audie's Passport with me, Audie Palacios. That seems really kind of fun and nerve-wracking to say. I've wanted to make a channel about EF Ultimate Break for a long time. I've traveled with them twice so far, and I have a lot of other future trips planned with them, but I was just kind of nervous, but I'm telling myself that 2022, time to try new things, so here I am making my first video, which is an honest review about EF Ultimate Break and what they're about. So let's get to it. Hi! So, let me start off with some basics about EF Ultimate Break. EF Ultimate Break is a travel company for 18 to 29-year-olds. They book everything for you, your flight, your accommodations, excursions, your tour guide, and everything is booked ahead. You don't have to touch a thing, which I think is really great because I would be so overwhelmed if I had to book, all that stuff, especially with, European pricing and, going abroad and flights and, connections and whatnot. That's all booked for you. You don't have to worry about a thing. The only thing you have to have is your passport. So I think that's, really great. And just so, just such a big weight off your shoulders. What else? They are a legit company. I think that's a big question. Like, is it legit? Like, am I going to get scammed? No, it is not a scam. I've gone on 2 trips with them. I went on Rome, Paris, London in 2019, and Germany, Italy, Switzerland in 2021. So it is completely legit. It's a great company. I honestly could rave about them all day. But this video is, just for some basics. And I think another question that a lot of people ask is like, what if I'm traveling by myself? Like, I'm kind of scared about that. And I think that's a totally legit question that most people have. I went by myself on both trips, and I met a bunch of friends that I met on my 2019 trip. We're going to Greece together. And my friend that I met and my roommate on my 2021 trip, we were going to Ireland together. So I think it's a great opportunity to meet new people and really make, life-lasting long friendships that you'll be able to, book other trips with them in the future. And if you do have a friend that you're booking with, that is also super great. And you can request each other as roommates when you book your trip. And EF Ultimate Break will put you on the same flight, and they'll try their best to put you on the same flight, and you can room with them once you get there. So that's, thumbs up EF Ultimate Break. So also, I think that's an important thing that couples ask. That I've had couples ask me, like, well, we're married, or boyfriend, girlfriend, like, can we, or girlfriend, or, vice versa, can we stay in our room together while we're there? And yes, that's completely doable. You just have to request each other as roommates and you'll be good to go. Also, people ask, like, well, is it affordable? Is it super expensive? And I think it is completely affordable. Both of my trips were under $4,000, and I really don't think it's possible to, if you want to stay in like nice hotels like EF Ultimate Break has you in, I don't think that's possible to do that if you're booking by yourself with flights and, excursions and your tour guide. And it's just so reasonably priced that you can't beat it. If you want to... Oh, it's also possible that you can book your own flight if you want to. You don't have to book your flight through EF. If you want to book your own flight, you can. But EF Ultimate Break will book your flight for you just off the bat, unless you let them know that you're booking your own. Another important question that I have heard is, well, like, am I able to budget? Or how much do I need a budget per day? Is it expensive? Like, what about food? And most food in Europe isn't too expensive. I would say it's completely doable. They recommend that you budget at least $100 each day you're there. Sometimes that's a little bit hard to stay in, depending on how many souvenirs you're wanting to get. And if you're like maybe, in Europe to buy luxury goods. But I think it's completely doable, like just food and stuff. And also a tip from me If you're going to go there and buy a lot of souvenirs for people, I would recommend packing a flat duffel in your suitcase so that you can use that duffel and fill it with souvenirs and then bring it with you on the plane and pay for it as like a checked bag. But yeah. I also hear the question about, well, what about, trying to think. What about excursions? Like, what are those? So excursions are things that you can do while you're there. So, for example, in Rome, we did a pasta making class, and most excursions will be available to choose, like, when you're booking your trip on the menu, so you can pay ahead of time, and some you can pay, when you get there in your tour guide. But yeah, I am going to go look at my notes, and I will be back. Hi guys, so I had to take a quick break. I had to look at my notes, and I was also eating some food, spending New Year's Eve at my boyfriend's house. But so back to another important question that I think a lot of people have is, what is EF's cancellation fee? And EF's cancellation fee is as follows. And sorry that my camera is moving a lot. I'm holding my laptop because I wasn't really prepared, but I wanted this to reach as many people, hopefully, during EF's New Year's Eve sale. So I'll go over the cancellation policy now. So if you are canceling 365 or more days, you have to pay $150, and then you get refunded whatever you've paid towards your balance so far. And then 100 days to 364 days is $450 fee, and then you get refunded whatever you've paid so far. 61 to 99 days is $1,000 fee, and then whatever you've paid so far. 31 is refunded. 31 to 60 days is $2,000 fee, and then you get refunded whatever you've paid so far. And 30 days or less is your fee is pretty much is your full balance that you've paid. So that is always something to keep in mind. But another thing is that if you have to, let's say you have to change dates for your trip, like you want to keep it, but you just have to change the dates, you can call EF or do their live chat, and they will help you get a voucher for what you've paid so far and just move your trip to a different day, because you are keeping your trip. Essentially, you're just moving it. And so they are able to do that. So I had to do that for a trip in June that I have to Greece because I had to move it because of work. So I just, called and said, I have work during this time, so I need to move it. And they accommodated me, and I got my voucher and just moved dates. Because you're not really canceling, you're just moving. And so they are accommodating, and they understand that. Another tip I have is that it's great to just book ahead. That makes your payments smaller over time. So if you're booking in 2023, like that will be, depending on how far, if you book in December 2023, that is almost, now like 2 years away. Well, yeah. So that is also that is reflected in your monthly payment. So if it's farther away, they're smaller, and you can change that. If you make a bigger deposit, then they're adjusted accordingly. What else? Apologies. What I was going to say is that they are a completely legit company. I have a lot of trips with them booked, 3 in 2022 and 1 in 2023. So, and I wouldn't, be making this video if they weren't legit. I trust them completely. I have never had any big problems. Everything is such a breeze. And I think another big thing that people worry about is like, well, what about COVID? They are really open with communication. Most countries, especially in Europe, do require vaccination, and that you will have to, like on my example for my trip to Europe in September, I did have to get COVID tested before and showed that I was negative to even, board the plane. And I did have to get a test to come back. So that is something that you should budget for. And that was an easy process. Also, we all just went together. Our tour group went together to the COVID testing place, and we paid our tour guide about 65 euros, and we got tested all together at once. And it was just, that wasn't something we had to do independently. Our tour guide booked that for us, so that was easy. But yeah, I might be forgetting some things. I'm trying to do this all in one kind of swoop on my Kaltura media because I'm having technical difficulties. But if I'm forgetting something, or if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me on any of my socials, Instagram or Twitter, or email. But yeah, or even just comment below. But yeah, if you like this video and have felt that my advice and my review is pretty good, give me a thumbs up. First video, probably not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but a learning experience. And yeah, I think that 2022, even though despite everything that's going on, with COVID, can be a great year for travel for you. There's so many destinations. EF has over 65 destinations, and not all of them are abroad. They do have a U.S. National Parks one. And yeah, I think, I would love to go on that one because there are so many parks that I didn't even know about that, that we have. So if, abroad is a little bit maybe too nerve-wracking or a little bit scared, a little bit scary, that it's okay. Also, what else? I'm trying to think. I've touched on cancellation policies, souvenirs. Make sure that you have your passport already. That is a big thing. You'll definitely need that to book for a flight, when you're looking later on your app and stuff, or whichever airline they book you on to confirm things like that. But yeah, if I'm missing anything, please comment below if you have any questions. And happy travels and happy 2022.